Hey everyone, Sula here from Misty Hilltops Designs. Thanks for stopping by. I started working on a new project, which is a little Christmas album that is 4 by 6 inches in size, and I'm using several collections from Carta and Echo Park paper for some Christmas collections. Right now they have stuff on sale, and I have had an eye on these things, and so I just got a couple of these kits, and I'm loving them, and I couldn't wait to start playing with them. So I decided I'll make a little Christmas album. This is something that I had wanted to do for many years, in which I'm explaining all the traditions and things for Christmas. So this is not a December daily, but it's just to explain the various traditions we have. And I kept this album very simple. I decided that I use basically flexible binding. So what I did, I just created this in Silhouette Studio. I created simple, just slightly larger than 4 by 6 pages with this kind of like a stamp edge, like, postage stamp kind of edge. And then rather than adding the binding to the paper already, I decided I will just use this where I glue the binding between each of the pages. I have been working on another Christmas mini album. You can see that here on my channel, just for the December daily or Christmas 2022. So I'm seeing that it doesn't much matter if I glue the same color cardstock onto the same color cardstock. Basically, you don't really see the glue lines or the overlapping pieces of cardstock very much. So I decided that way I can get more flexibility when I cut, because smaller things you can make your paper last longer, so because you can move them around more and be more flexible. So rather than using bigger pieces where I already add the binding to it, I just wanted to do this where I just glue the binding in between every page, and that's what I started with this page. The other beauty of this, what it does, it makes the pages lie really flat. Even when you fill up the album, right now I'm obviously working on the first pages, so it's not going to change that much, but as I keep adding more pages to this album, the pages will still lie flat. The one big challenge that I'm foreseeing already is that that it'll get more difficult as the book gets more bulky, because I'm not working on a flat surface anymore. So I'll probably have to figure out a way to still glue things flatly, because it might not sit flatly on my desk anymore as I keep adding more pages to this. So here with this one, you actually see me do a couple of small mistakes that I can all rectify. It's not a big problem, but that's what happens, and I'm just leaving it in there to show you that, like, it happens to us all, that we make mistakes. Like here, I just discovered I just glued that photo upside down, and I didn't want that, but it was easy to still get off. It wasn't a big deal to get it off the page and then glue it in the right direction, and then I can keep going with this. There will be another mistake where I glue completely in the wrong place, but again, I could just wipe off the glue, and then it wasn't a big deal at all. You won't even be able to see it. What I decided to do is each page will get a pocket, and I created these beautiful pockets in the Silhouette Studio software, where I just used some of my existing files that I have in the library that I just got from some stores and stuff. Well, mostly from, not stores, designers. I get most of my stuff from the Silhouette store, but where I use existing designs and then I turn them into these pockets, and I loved them with my 2022 December Daily album, and so I decided I will do this on every page, because that will hold the journaling cards that will explain this particular tradition of the Christmas tradition. And so I'm adding the just the embellishments, and then adding the pockets, and that keeps my page really simple. Here I was just making sure that I have the right side of the page, not that I start gluing things upside down. Here is another pocket that again I used. This was a card design that I turned into this pocket. Obviously there is a lot of modification that goes into that. I don't just take something and turn it into a pocket with just one step. But I love the way that it turns out. And here I'm making the mistake, I'm gluing the inside of the glue flap, which should not happen at all. Never, ever. I was listening to something, as I always do when I'm crafting. I'm listening to stuff on YouTube and audiobooks and stuff like that. And I was listening to stuff and I just totally got carried away and put the glue, instead of the two glue flaps on the left and right, I put it right in the middle there. But I could just wipe it off, and just less than a minute later, it was dry enough that I felt I could just glue the rest of the page of the pocket down, and it wouldn't be a big problem. Then I'm ready to add, here I'm going with a paper strip and 3 photos down to the left side. So again, this is a 4x6 size. That one piece of paper is a 4x6, so I could fit a 4x6 photo without having to readjust it. So the album itself is slightly larger and really doesn't require much as far as other than the pockets. It's just the same page that I keep printing out or keep cutting out numerous times, and then do the binding in the middle. I glue the binding into the middle there, and then keep adding to my pages. And here I have more embellishments that will go with this. I do these are collections that come with lots and lots and lots of embellishments. That's what I love about these collections. And I print them and have my silhouette cut it. And there is a video actually in the how-to playlist that will show you exactly how I do get really good print and cuts with my silhouette and just a basic printer. And so if you ever want to know how to get real good print and cuts, then I recommend you check out that video. I can leave a link for that video in the description box below as well. And then here I'm ready to go with the next page, and here this is the binding again. And so I'm starting with just one piece of binding that I put on the back side there. I have to do the binding before I start gluing down the paper, and that's where it probably will become a little more difficult as the book gets thicker. I'm planning for it to have about 20 double pages, so it's gonna get a little bulky, but for now it's still very easy to work with because I can just add page by page, and you really do not see that glued down piece when you look at the end result. It does not really matter in the big scheme of things. And so here I have another large piece of paper. So that's what I do. On the one side, I do one large piece that really shows the beautiful patterns of the paper. And that's why I like to work with pockets, because when you take something out of the pocket, then you really see the background paper and it gets to shine beautifully. Whereas if I just cover it up with stuff, then you don't really get to see it. Here is another pocket that I created based on a silhouette design that I had in my library. And then luckily this time I remembered not to glue the inside of the flap, but just the flaps that need to be glued. And then I can again fill it with journaling cards. And I did create some of my own journaling cards for this using the products that come with the collections. So this one is the Gingerbread. The other one was Home for Christmas by Carta. The last 2 pages, and this page is Gingerbread Christmas by Echo Park Paper. I got them on the sale that is going on right now, and I love with the digital versions of this. Obviously you can still buy the normal paper collections, but what I love about the digital collections is that I can print it at exactly the size that I want it, and I get to reuse my favorite papers without ever having to worry that I'll be running out of paper. That's one of the things I get stressed out over when I craft, because I'm always worried. I don't want to use my nice paper because I might have something that I really, really, really want to use it, and then I don't end up using it. And so rather than having to worry about that, I'm just really happy with having these beautiful collections as digital versions where I can print out as many times as I want these beautiful papers and never have to worry about what it might do. The way I size them are actually 6x6, because this is a 6x4 project, and so I do keep them. I crop them into a 6x6. Just a placeholder in my Silhouette studio where I create these things, and so that works really well for me, because then it's kind of in size, but then the embellishments, I really love that I can put the embellishment, size them in exactly the size that I need for my project, so that it doesn't get too big, too small, or whatever. So I could use it for any larger project, but I can use it for small projects like this one as well. So here I had a few more candies left over that I had printed and cut, and so I decided to put them on my journaling card. And here, this is the first 3 pages done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups, and so that you can take another look. Keep coming back as I keep creating more pages for this. Also, you can check out the other videos that are on my channel, especially the ones for my December dailies and stuff, and so you can find them in the playlist. And please consider giving it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.